All right, you little chimp freaks, listen. We're back today with the Del Sol video. It's going to be a little bit of a recap, a little bit of telling you what's been going on, a little bit of going forward with the build. So right now, if you pan over, you'll see the K24A in the Del Sol. Now, you guys are wondering, where's the video of you putting it in? Listen, we put the K24 in the EG Civic. It's the same process. This is the same chassis as the EG. It's all the same. So I figured we'll just put this into the car, and you guys, if you really want to find out or look and see how it was done, go and refer to our other videos. The OGs would know. Anyways, we got the engine in. These mounts were good, you know, just a little bit of finagling, but no big deal. I went ahead and got these lines made. They're E85 ready. You know, not saying we're doing that right now, but maybe in the future. To our fuel regulator. And here's the rear mount here. Fits right up. I have the stock headers on here. Not sure if we're going to be able to run that or not, but it's worth a shot. And yeah. So I guess next steps would kind of be doing the wiring, routing that up. So continuing, we're just going to run the airlines. I got this one for the brake booster already plumbed up using the OEM kind of lines, real nice. We're gonna run that to the intake, make that later on. Got to run the power steering. Got to get a couple parts for this, but we'll maybe make a video, maybe not, of how to do all of that. So we'll see on that. I gotta figure it out first. We got the AC that I'm going to be doing as well. That's going to be later on. There's just a lot of things to do, but stay tuned and you guys will get the little tips and tricks on how to make your Del Sol EG Integra K-swapped. All right, listen very closely. You guys want power steering in your EG or in your Del Sol. This does not refer to a power steering Integra because this rack is already in it. So this is what you're going to want. EG Del Sol Integra power steering rack, the one with the two fittings. The one that comes in the EG with power steering and the Del Sol with power steering has the three fittings right here. 1, 2, 3. So if you want to K-swap and keep the power steering and you have a Del Sol or an EG, get yourself an Integra power steering rack, and you're going to want to get this part as well. You need to go to the junkyard, find a EK or a DC2 Integra steering knuckle. This end goes to the steering shaft and this end goes to the rack. They are different sizes. On the EG and the Del Sol, the steering knuckle is the same size. This side and this side are the same. Integra EK, they are different sizes. So it can be done, you just need to get this knuckle from the junkyard. So very important, very crucial. I've been battling with Amazon, battling with Partskeys, battling with the junkyard, battling every single person on this earth to get this to work. But this right here will fit, it'll clearance. You see this gap right here? The Integra steering rack will allow you to have this gap from the transmission and the power steering rack. The EG Del Sol rack will not work, it will hit. So very important, if you want to do the swap and you have an EG Del Sol, get the Integra steering rack. Very important. I've done all the legwork. That's what you need to do. All right, filthy chimps. Here's another thing that I went ahead and I did. It took hours and hours and hours, but it was a free part that old Daniel over here gave me, but I had to fabricate and do some work. Now, I don't know if the tunnels here are different in the EG and the Del Sol, but this K-tuned bracket to hold the OEM RSX shift linkage, it doesn't really fit up in here like I would assume it does for the EG. So I had to trim the sides, and then this back bracket, as you can see, so where these two bolts are right here, you can see the bracket and the bolts. I had to create this to fit it up into the tunnel there. So I did that, and they suggest you put silicone around here, which I will do at some point. before the project's over. But silicone that to keep any water out. Run these lines. If you don't have a Del Sol, like an EG, I don't know if they have this sway bar. I think Daniel's EG did not, so he ran it up through here. But mine has sway bar, it's really tight, so I ran it down underneath and in, which seems to be working all right. I might reroute this so there's not this overlap here, but you know, little touches here and there. But that was a pain in the butt, but that's done, and it does shift, so that's good. Now we're gonna bring down the car and show you what I've been doing behind the scenes. All right, I haven't been filming a whole bunch because I kind of just been knocking things out, and it's, you know, kind of repetitive and stuff that, you know, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out, right? But I'll go over a few things that I've added to this since we last talked. First, the AC compressor. Went down to your local AutoZone, the only one in the whole state that had one. So got that, picked that up. Put the belt on. She's nice and tight with all the accessories, so that's good. Got a new fuel filter. It's OEM location. Adapted it to a -6. It's gonna go right into the fuel rail. Mocked up the fan a little bit, had to do some trimming. I don't know if I like it enough to keep it. I might switch to like a thin aftermarket fan and mock it up on there, so we'll see. I might be changing that. Mocked up a little hose, got that to fit, had to cut it down a little bit. I think this was originally from the Del Sol, so I don't know, it might just blow out and have to get a new one at some point. But here's the main thing here. We don't look at this, don't look at that now. But our welder does have the capabilities for welding aluminum, but we're just I am absolute dog shit at welding aluminum. So just kind of do that, some JB Weld around that, but we call this the umbrella. It's the umbrella here, and I'm gonna get a new filter with a heat shield and a little kind of water bag that goes around it. So we'll put that down there in that little hole, and we drilled it out for our little sensor there. IAT sensor. Got the Aeromotive fuel pressure regulator. We got the heater core. I got the step down here. This I believe is like a 5/8 to like a, no, this is a 3/4 to 5/8, I think. I got an adapter coming for that. And then I got a new heater valve dealio coming for the other side. So that'll be coming along. And yeah, gonna do a couple things here and there, and stay tuned. Routed the wiring pretty clean, not perfect, but it'll get the job done. And then we're gonna show you the front here. Oh gosh, I'm getting too old for this nonsense. That's where I drilled the hole here, right through here. A couple holes here. I have the main harness, as you can see right here. Coming from there, got a little grippy dealio, and then coming out is the jumper harness that goes over there. So in and out, in is the regular harness, out is the jumper harness, and that connects over there by the ECU, soon to be K-Pro. So that's pretty much the wiring as far as routing goes. This spot here, I think it'll be all right. The header's kind of sloped down and underneath there. I think it'll be okay. If I have to put some kind of heat shielding, I can do that as well, but I'm not too worried about it right there. Got the Never Start, picked that up from Walmart, like 70 bucks, slap that in there. You know, if it blows up, it blows up. And also the wiring here. You got the charge harness is what they call it. So right here, you got these two connections. This one here is for your alternator, and I created this line, wraps around here, and it connects to the alternator. This one here, it goes to your power on your battery, and then the one coming off of the battery terminal coming down here goes to your starter. So battery, direct starter to this wire going in here on the right hand side if you're looking at it like this. So right starter, left alternator, make it look pretty, put down some of these clamps so it stays out of the way, and then it goes right through into there. So pretty simple. You don't have to buy no expensive wiring or anything like that. Get yourself you know, some little bit thicker gauge wire and make your own. But yeah, when stuff starts piling in, I'll give you updates on the new parts. All right, a couple of things I wanted to show you underneath as well. Obviously your main thing is going to be the exhaust. I had to do a little bit of welding here to make it meet up over there. Here is just a factory downpipe from a TSX. So just kind of shorten that a little bit. It works perfect. Also for the front end, you can see the axles here. These are K-swap axles. It's like 500 horsepower rated. It's a little overboard for this, but I just kind of decided that's one thing I'm going to splurge a little bit and get these axles that are swapped direct fit, you know, not have to worry about anything. But if you look at the other video with Daniel's EG, you would know what axles to put in this if you want to go more of a budget route. So you can do either one, no problem. I'm going to put some bushings here. It's coming. I'm going to press in new bushings for the lower arms, and then camber adjustments for the top. Just need some bushings for that too. If you want to look in the rear, a little spruced up. It was quite neglected back here. So we put the eBay special, bought everything for an old EG, put it on the Del Sol, you know, the lower arms. We have the adjustable camber arms up here. And we got some kind of bracing, whatever this is, looks fancier than it is. And then your polyurethane bushings right here, which will really help feel really great, I think, when we're just ripping through the tail of the dragon. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a little underside update, and yeah, stay tuned. All right, you little chimps, a few days have passed, and listen, some progress has been done with the Del Sol here. We got a hood. It's from the bottom of the ocean, but listen, you can't just get an OEM hood in good condition anymore without it being a little rusted or dented to shit. So I went with the rusted technique. We'll just rattle can it later, so no worries. OEM, you see all the stickers, you know, that's what you want. You don't want this aftermarket nonsense. So we got a hood, and for the engine bay, nothing has really changed, except for maybe a little bit of wiring, the AC stuff, the hybrid race AC stuff that obviously I need to finish here soon, but that's going to be the last step here. I've got a battery and pretty much exhaust we put on as well. And what we're going to do is put this K-Pro that I just picked up today into action and maybe see if it starts up for the first time and see how it sounds with this eBay exhaust. Let me tell you, I don't have high hopes for it, and hopefully it's not too heinous, but like I said, don't have high hopes at all. So yeah, maybe we'll just go to the next clip and try it out. K-Pro is all hooked up. It's all hooked up. The tune is in there, a little bass tune. I mean, you saw that if you're a real OG in the EG episode there. So, you know, this is going to be our real issue here. This right here, I think, is going to be quite heinous, and we might have to go to a stock muffler. But again, we'll try it out. We'll see. But fingers crossed is good, but don't have high hopes. Don't have high hopes at all. So maybe let's just get into it. We got the tune in there. The battery's hooked up. My clutch does not blend. Goes to the floor. Put the key in. Make sure it's in neutral. We got power. We got fuel pump. Let's see what happens.
She's idling.
Well, she started. All right, boys and girls, are you ready? This is the moment of truth. Listen,
We got to change that.
that's kind of what I expected was going to happen, and that's just entirely not acceptable. All right, maybe if I was like 17 and wanted to see some dude do a drive-by spin fifth gear, but listen, at our age, we can't be having that, and we're going to have to change that. But for now, it runs, and I'm going to assume it drives. I'm going to finish the AC, and we're going to do a driving video. You guys are going to love it. I guarantee it.